Hi, hello. Welcome to the episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is October the 15th, 2024. Hopefully this episode finds you well, in good spirits, and high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. Tuesday treated me nice. It was a solid day. I will say I was talking all that good shit about how prepared I felt. How prepared I felt, and work wise and everything. Nah, peak is hitting. Like the skids are coming out. It's getting gully. I'm drowning. I'm drowning in cardboard. But no, for real though, today was a good day. I just kind of realized, like, man, I got a little ahead of myself. Peak is just commencing. I'm definitely gonna be swimming in it. But let's see. Let's get to better topic. Let's talk about food corner. I made my classic beef and rice bowl. I did do a little bit of tweaks this time though. I had added more tortillas for the simple premise of I wanted more tortillas. And I had some white corn ones and I had some just flour ones. And I'm sure most people prefer the white corn, but it is definitely the gringo American in me that loves a flour tortilla. I just love them. They're so soft and pillowy. I love that. I think they're so good and yummy. That being said, I was switching it up with the white corn. So I was like, you know what? Let's do them both at the same time. Another thing I did that was a little bit different, a little bit of a tweak, was I had a little bit remaining of that tikka masala curry sauce. So I was like, you know what? Let's integrate that into this dish. So gotta say, it was a nice little tweak, little change in the meal. But yeah, it was really yummy, really good. Let's see here. Yeah, it was the beef and rice bowl, white rice, tortilla chips, all the tortillas. There we go. That's the breakdown on that one. Let's see here. So it feels like we're all caught up on my Joneses. Like I said, I'm in a good place, good state of mind. A little bit of gym talk. Past couple days, they've been kind of rough on the foot, on the puppies. The dogs have been barking, but we've been walking these dogs, okay? No matter how sore I am, I've really kind of keyed into doing it and, still moving a bit slower, not hitting it as hard as I'd like on the cardio end, but, overall, it's been good past like 48 hours, to just kind of be back on my normal routine with the gym. So that's good. That's nice. Clap it up. Yay. But yeah, definitely it's a dice roll every morning. Like when I get out of bed, I'm like, is this going to hurt? and if so, how much? But I will say Advil has been my friend for better or worse. It's been helping me out. So yeah, there you go. We're all caught up now. I talked about all the little bloggy stuff that I like to talk about. Let's go ahead and do our startup, and we'll get into some news. All right. From the Associated Press, NASA spacecraft rockets towards Jupiter's moon, Europa, in search for right conditions for life. All right, let's dig in. Blast off. A NASA spacecraft rocketed away Monday on a quest to explore Jupiter's tantalizing moon, Europa, and reveal whether its vast hidden ocean might hold the keys to life. It will take Europa Clipper 5.5 years to reach Jupiter, where it will slip into orbit around the giant gas planet and sneak close to Europa during dozens of radiation-drenched flybys. Now, I will say, my dumbass thought when I initially heard this on BBC, like, I was like, wait. You're flying people almost 6 years out. Like what is this, Interstellar? Like, radiation? And I realized I was only half paying attention. So when I actually like sat down to read it, I was like, oh, okay, this makes way more sense. Like, it's like a whole little satellite thing. Duh. Also, a thing I wanted to add, once again, I guess you got to give SpaceX some flowers, some credit. Their thruster that shot off the Europa Clipper, it worked successfully, so that's good. But not only that, it was a successful recapture of the thruster. So that is a good recycling situation that SpaceX has been trying to pull off, and so they've pulled that off successfully. So that's good for them. I'm sure Elon Musk is jumping for joy off of that. So good for him. Let's see here. But scientists are almost certain a deep global ocean exists beneath Europa's icy crust, and where there is water, there could be life, making the moon one of the most promising places out there to hunt for it. Now, it's interesting because it doesn't have any life detectors on it. They are only making sure, or they're trying to, suss out by circling this moon, does it have all of the parameters of life, for life? And by figuring that out, then they answer the question like, okay, maybe there isn't life, but it is suitable for us. That's really all we really want to know. So I know it's going to take a bit of meandering. Essentially, this satellite has to go around the Earth, then it has to go around Mars, and then I think it has to take a 21-day orbit around Jupiter before it is going to get closer and closer to Europa, and then it's going to get so close that it's going to be 16 miles above the Europa surface where they're going to check all this shit out. So that's a bit of a quick rundown. I would say I'll keep you posted, and I do plan on it, once again, knock on wood. But doesn't seem like there's going to be any big updates unless there's like a snafu or something along the way. But you know what I'm hoping for? I'm hoping that you and I are going to be here 5.5 years from now, and we're going to be here to do an update. How's that sound? You, me, some news on a podcast? Why not? Just book a date, save it. All right, let's go ahead and move on. From Fast Company till the day I die. I don't know. Sorry, I had to do it. But yeah, that's the outlet here that we're getting from. Bruce Pack recall update. Products from Trader Joe's, Boston Market, Jenny Craig, Kroger, and many other brands impacted. So man, this listeria shit, bro, it's getting thick. We in the thick of it, okay? Shit. First, we've covered Boar's Head. They've had a lot of listeria controversy, problems, recalls. Now it seems that the floodgates have broken open, and it's listeria everywhere. It's in all these fucking companies, So let's do a quick rundown. Popular names like Trader Joe's, Boston Market, Jenny Craig, Kroger, and Atkins? Shit, even Atkins? You can't even diet in this motherfucker? Are among the 75 products recalled in an updated list from the USDA's Food and Safety Inspection Service, or FSIS, after it announced a nationwide recall of nearly 10 million pounds of ready-to-eat meat and poultry. The list of products added via PDF file, along with an editor's note on Friday, includes images of product labels impacted by the recall, according to the USDA. It's meant to give consumers additional details about the scope of the recall and many different brand names associated with it. Now, I'm not going to lie, I clicked on the PDF to look at it, and it was like 300 some odd pages, and I'm like, look, I could be affected in this as a person who shops at Kroger. I'm rolling the dice. Okay? All right, life's a gamble, baby. All right? Just like Ed Hardy said. Anyway. But obviously feel free to check it if you're concerned or worried, if you're a Trader Joe's enjoyer, maybe one of your products is, off the market right now, or it's getting recalled, whatever. Obviously, very unfortunate. It definitely seems like listeria has taken the cake, if you will, for viral, things you don't want to catch this year. I thought if you had asked me in the middle of the year, maybe, a month or two before that, I would have said Mpox. Mpox for sure. That's gonna be the thing that we need to worry about right now. That might be next COVID situation, dare I say it. But now it's like, no, it's listeria by a mile, Mississippi mile. God damn it. It's pretty rough. But hopefully people are staying safe out there and hopefully not getting sick. Hopefully none of my homies, none of my newsies out there. Hopefully y'all good, don't catch that ick. Don't get that. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's hit another thing. Let's just jump around. Jump up. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I don't know why I'm in such a sing-songy mood today. From CNN, True Value declares bankruptcy and sells itself to a hardware rival. Any True Value enjoyers out there? Rise up. This is your moment. Defend your store. I don't know. Look, I'm not a tools guy. I'm not a hardware man. I wish I was a handyman. I really do. I think that is something that the average cishet male really aspires for, right? And fuck it. I don't even think that orientation even fucking matters here. When you have a problem and you would like it solved and you don't want to pay a fuck ton of money, yeah, you'd rather be the handyman. I think that's just a surefire thing, especially if you ever live in a home. It's part of the reason why I don't own a home or want to ever own a home. No, I want my fucking scumbag landlord to fucking send maintenance or come do it themselves. God damn it. No, I'm paying you for all of it. I'm lazy and I'm not equipped nor handy. So, but shout out to the motherfuckers who are out there shopping at True Value, shopping at Lowe's, shopping at Home Depot, doing the damn thing. You got a stock toolbox. You fucking loading that motherfucker up with all the new tools. You're getting all the fucking shit. This one's for you, I guess. Maybe you're shedding a tear because True Value is going down in a way. It's not going to fully go, but we'll continue. In a press release, True Value said it will continue day-to-day operations of selling hardware and other homeware tools to its 4,500 independently operated locations during the Chapter 11 process, which includes a $153 million stalking horse bid from rival company Do It Best. Apparently they did it better. Sorry. All right. Now I wanted to take an aside because my dumbass did not know what a stalking horse bet was. It sounded very provocative. So I was like, let's look it up. And Google AI Overview has come to tell me. And also sound off in any kind of comment, wherever you're at, or hit the Discord, what have you. Like, how do you all feel about Google AI? Because it's now become an unavoidable thing. And as a person who is constantly online and Googling things, I actually preferred the old way where you just got a bevy of fucking links and you got to choose the one that you thought was going to be best and you'd get your information. I will say this feels convenient to have the AI overview and just give you the quick bullets and they're technically pulling it from an article I would click anyway, right? So I shouldn't feel bad about it, but sometimes I've heard really bad fucking things about these AI overviews, so I always feel like I have to mention it, you know what I mean, when I'm talking. Because I don't want to say some shit and then have to issue a corrections over it because literally the AI got it wrong. Anyway, that's a whole fucking aside. A stalking horse bid is the first bid placed on a bankrupt company's assets, and it acts as a minimum price for the assets. The purpose of a stalking horse bid is to prevent low bids and maximize the value of the company's assets. So it seems like overall that's a best case scenario for True Value. Once again, we're talking a bankruptcy. That doesn't sound like it's going to be a full out, this company's going belly up bankruptcy, but maybe, just changing of the guard, if you will. But yeah, True Value said its stores will remain open because they are not a part of the bankruptcy proceedings. So there you go. That's already a good news for people because it sounds like maybe there shouldn't be any layoffs. But I don't want to speak too soon because Do It Best might come through and maybe there's going to be some changes or some shit. I don't fucking know, But let's go ahead and keep going. In bankruptcy court filings, True Value said it faces a significant cash crunch as the housing market stalled and consumers have become far more picky about discretionary purchases like hardware. Bigger rivals like Home Depot and Lowe's have been in a year-long slump since the pandemic boom, but they remain in a significantly stronger financial situation than True Value. So that makes sense. It's like a bigger fish in the market, so they're just eating better, they're living better. Something there, and y'all know as a podcaster, I can't help but get anecdotal. I have one of the guys in maintenance, one of the things that they love to do is they love to thrift. They love to, not thrift, I should say, but they love to buy things. They love to buy little knickknacks and things like that. And they've done this so much so that they've become a a resale empire of their own. Like they're like a booth guy. They got multiple little booths all throughout the Cincinnati area or what have you. And one of the things he told me that was a really hot item since he started last year was tools. He buys a lot of fucking tools. And in my head, I'm like, really? Like, that's the hot ticket item that you love to flip? He's like, yes, I love flipping tools because everyone's always selling them. They're easy to get, and I can just buy a bulk amount of them and then just flip a bulk amount of them. Like, I don't mind selling them for cheap because I got them for cheaper. And it's like, damn, that's pretty smart. So maybe there's something to that too, of like there's a secondhand market. And I also am thinking not just Lowe's and Home Depot, but you also have Amazon. You have any kind of online market where like you can just find this shit. So why would you go to True Value? You know, you could just go to, once again, Lowe's or Home Depot for what you're looking for. They're going to have everything, right? And that's just the first thing your brain goes to. And not to mention, if you go, oh, I don't like the prices there, you're not going to try to shop your way down to True Value. No, you're just going to actually go even lower because you can hopefully go to some fucking swap flea market, whatever the fuck, and get what you want, get what you need, you know? So this was not too surprising. They mentioned Big Lots. I get a mention. I haven't heard of LL. No, I think if I dig hard enough in my memory bank, I'm sure I've driven by an LL Flooring. But apparently, they filed for bankruptcy as well. So there you go. You heard it here. I mean, it's hard out here, yo. At the end of the day, you know, with the changing of, you know, everything kind of coming out of COVID, you know, the economy definitely fucking dealing with it, you know, in very not fun ways. People tightened up their budget. They switched how they were buying for sure. So, you know, you see places like this kind of wind up falling by the wayside. There's a lot of fucking changes. Once again, just kind of be in the weeds here. I was driving through my local neighborhood and like the kind of downtown version of the town, and I noticed that like, man, this is like such shitty gentrification, right? Because you now have these, like, there used to be these little mom and pop kitschy places. Some of them are still open and doing their thing, but like ever since like my town has like changed, like, oh, you know, we're making it more drinking accessible. We're adding some new fancy luxury apartments. We're putting up an agave and rye, which, I mean, hey, if you like an agave and rye, by all means, I'm not trying to yuck your yum. I'm just saying it's not ideal to me. It's kind of bougie, shitty street tacos, what they're trying to sell, and like shitty booze drinks that aren't that great. But like, hey, by all means, go off, pop off. But I've just noticed that there was like a lot more like fancier tap houses, ale houses, if you will. And it's like, oh, I see. This is how you guys are fucking greasing me out of rent. And like now I come through and there's just a bunch of like it's packed. I hate it. I fucking hate it. And it's like, for fucking what, dude? Once again, for shitty fucking tacos. Meanwhile, let me get to my point, because I know this is about bankruptcy and businesses going belly up. I was driving and I noticed that there was like this little puppy shop that used to be there. And like literally they'd always have like little doggies and puppies in the window. How much is that dog in the window? I'd always sing that to myself every time I saw them because they were cute little dogs. But people would always walk by and be like, oh, am I gonna buy a puppy today? Can we please? Very PetSmart coded fucking behavior. But no, they can't fucking work here. I guarantee you they got priced out. The rent went fucking up, dude. And I mean, everybody's fucking struggling out here. It's hard out here. Anyway, I know that had nothing to do with anything, but I'm talking about my city. I'm talking about my town. In my hometown. Dude, this podcast musical tonight. I don't care. I'm doing all kinds of karaoke tonight. Let's see. Speaking of local, we got a local story that I wanted to cover from the Inquirer, formerly known as the Cincinnati Inquirer. I'm sorry. 75-year-old female robber apologizes to sister bank before heading to prison. So we got an update on our, I'm going to call her Granny bank robber. Granted, I don't know if she has any grandchildren or whatever. She's just, she's older, 75. A 75-year-old Hamilton woman with no prior criminal history was sentenced Tuesday to 4 years in prison for robbing a Fairfield Township bank. Ann Myers was sentenced to a minimum of 3 years for the robbery of R Group Financial Credit Union in April. She will serve an additional year for using a gun in the crime, which is always the thing that they're going to like sting you for the worst. It's like, did you use a weapon in committing this robbery? You know what I mean? That's instantly making your shit worse. During the sentencing in Butler County Common Pleas Court, Mayor's attorney, David Albrecht, and Judge Daniel Haye, we're going to say Judge Daniel Haye, emphasized Mayor's remorse, mental health, and lack of criminal history. The robbery happened the afternoon of April 19th. She literally did this for less than $600. She was like pressed. She had like, I think $65,000 debt that she owed from getting scammed online, which we've talked a good amount of online scams in terms of this podcast. It's a very unfortunate thing. Sadly, I think you're only going to see more of it, and like the prime target are people in this age range. You know what I mean? Where you think you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like this is a potential deal of a lifetime, a moment of a lifetime. Like who I'd be a sucker to pass this up, and it turns out, man, bam, you're out of money, and now you're in the worst way. She had said for her, she had a home with her sister, and her sister had literally said, hey, if you don't do something, we don't get this money, they're going to come for the house. Someone's going to come for this house. And I think that was the kind of thing that prompted her to really go, oh, I got to do something. And she literally tried to rob a bank, which once again, I think they found about $580 or some shit on her person, so like that's a dent in this fucking situation. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, obviously it's a bummer. 4 years isn't forever, but when you're 75 years old, I mean, shit, And I'm sure, you know what, she's only got to maybe do half and maybe a little over for good behavior or what have you. And I'm sure I could get racial about it and be like, yeah, if this was a person of color, they would have just like buried her under the jail. But at the end of the day, it's still fuck prisons, fuck the prison system. And it's like, damn, dude, like this person seemed like a stone cold G in like a really good way. Like, she's like, yeah, you caught me. Like I did it. That was me. And like, she apologized to everybody. She clearly understood. It's like, yeah, what I did was traumatic. It doesn't matter. Even if I am like a 75-year-old lady, she was aware of everything. So I don't know, man. It's definitely a bummer, to see this kind of unfold, especially when it's like, once again, this is a person who's on hard times, and it kind of, I don't want to say motivated, pushed her. Once again, I feel like that's making excuses for, once again, a behavior that you chose to do. You made that choice. It wasn't the good one. It wasn't right. But, damn, bummer time. But, yeah, let's go ahead and move on to our last story. I know the order is a bit different than what we usually do, but this was a news suggestion. Someone would hit me up with some fucking a good beat and said, hey, sometimes you got to lighten your load, bro. Sometimes you got to get a little nuts. And I was like, damn, you right, Wody. You right. So, yeah, let's take our last break and we'll get into it. Ooh, that was a good one. Yeah, buddy. All right, from NPR. U.S. woman wins Conker's world title as men's champ faces metal nut cheating charges. Bro, this is going to be a struggle, bro. I'm about to have a bad fur day. If you know, you know, okay? But I want to get into this. Let's cover it. One, shout out to America. Woo, 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 woo. I don't usually say that shit. I usually say the opposite. But hey, sometimes when it's against the British, when it's against the British, bro, you know who I'm rooting for. Not them. If it's against the French, boo, you know who I'm fucking rooting for. Okay, I'm sorry. I just gotta say it. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. All right, I'm gonna take those personally. Michael Jordan. All right. Anyway. The 2024 edition of the quintessential English competition now includes a controversy after the men's winner of the World Conkers Championship, a two-person game with the object of crushing a conker, or horse chestnut, big nut, was accused of using a metal chestnut to secure a long exclusive title. So, boo if true. Granted, it's not confirmed. There's an investigation ongoing into this. But that being said, let's continue. Sunday's grand final capped an extraordinary day at the event hosted by the Shuckburgh Arms, a county pub or a country pub in the village of Southwick in Northamptonshire, central England. So it's going down. It's going down. This year we had 256 competitors and around 2,000 visitors enjoying the charitable event, raising funds for the visually impaired. Neil Horton, landlord, boo, of the nearly 385-year-old pub, told NPR. Obviously, for a good cause, we love to see that, but y'all know I'm never going to be happy to talk about a fucking landlord. Needless to say, it's neither here nor there about him. But let's, they give a little bit more detail about what a conker is. Conkers is an ancient and traditional autumn sport in Great Britain, played using the large 1 to 2 inch, I believe, I think it's inch, whatever, seeds of horse chestnut trees known as a conker, Horton told NPR via email. The game is played by two players, each with a conker threaded onto a length of string or leather thong. Ooh, that thong, 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 thong. He said, who take turns striking each other's conker until one breaks. So, I mean, this is literal nut busting. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. Homie was right. Sometimes you do need a good story. You just need a good, fun story. Large and heavy nuts are preferred. Shit, man. I got you. No, I'm sorry. Okay. A few years ago, a regional drought 3, left organizers scrambling to find 3,000 conkers suitable for the competition. They were on a hunt for the nut. The annual fall championship often inspires competitors and spectators to dress up in costumes, from Arthurian characters to Yoda. Bro, could you imagine, picture this 1v1. You got someone in a King Arthur cosplay, just fucking nut, metal nut, ready to whirl. Well, actually, I'll get to the metal nut. Conker, just ready to go, or, you're ready to fucking break it up. Who's your fucking rival? Who's your fucking enemy right now? Who is the op? It's fucking Yoda, dude. It's just fucking little Yoda, dude. But both of you are in your peak and you're ready to fucking throw. You're ready to hurl. So, I mean, that is the competition. That is, conkers, all right? But yeah, now let's get into the dub. Let's get into who won, the real winner. The 2024 overall world title was won by Kelsey Banchbach. I'm sure I'm getting that name wrong. Mea culpa. I'm sorry. 34 years old. Hey, twin. Who is originally from Indianapolis. Banchbach acknowledges taking an unlikely path to Conker's fame. She only started playing the game after moving to England for work 2 years ago. Now she's made history as the first American Conkers champion. I've never won anything like this before and am amazed I've done this, she said in a press release announcing the results. I've not really played Conkers before, and this is just a surprise. As a prize, she earned a trophy, a tea towel, and a coaster, the BBC reports. So, I mean, that goes to show, sorry, I bumped the table. It goes to show that this is not high stakes, which is going to get into, why it's annoying that some guy potentially cheated on this, but, why it really doesn't matter if he did or didn't, because at the end of the day, it's 1, for charity. 2, it's not like you're winning a bunch of money or anything like that. You're just getting a fucking participation award, and it's like, hey, it turns out I'm pretty good at this game. But once again, why am I rooting for the American here? Because once again, dude, she just came out of nowhere. It's not like she, is like a professional career Conker player. You know, she's from Indianapolis, dude. Like, before this, she cared about the Colts or something, probably. And then she just went across the pond and was like, oh, this is a fun game. And then just started beating blokes at their own shit. And I'm like, hell yeah, you love to see it, dude. So yeah, I'm rooting for the underdog in that situation, always, all time. Banschbach defeated David Jenkins, who won the men's tournament for the first time after more than 4 decades of attempts. So, like I said, there's fucking freaks out there who are at this shit all the time. Every fucking chance they get, they're just conking their brains out. And, like, she beat this guy. Now, granted, I mean, he is old. You know, he's elderly. Let's see. This means so much to me, Jenkins said. I'm 82 and my legs aren't what they were. So to stand up there and become men's world champion is wonderful. So once again, he is a person who won it before. Jenkins is well known at the championship where he's known as King Conker, in a tradition dating back to the championship start in the 1960s. The person that, with that title, sits on the throne and wears a black bowler and clothes festooned with conkers. And when I see that image, it makes me think that I maybe have seen this before, and I just, like, it went one ear and out the other. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's neat. But, let's see. I'm getting ahead of myself for 1 second. As he served in that official capacity, Jenkins also competed in the championship, an overlap that helped to fuel the cheating allegation. So here, I've been kind of dragging it. Let's get into the fucking allegations, okay? Alistair Johnson Ferguson, who lost to Jenkins in the final, told the Daily Telegraph that he raised concerns to organizers after his Conker disintegrated in one hit, and that just doesn't happen. I like immediately had like this anime style like imagination in my head of like this old man just, I guess I'll give it a go, and he just rips this shit, and then you just see like Alistair is just like, oh no, how did he do this? And then like fast forward to now, he's like, nah, this is sus. He's always been sus. But after winning his title, Jenkins was found to have a metal conker in his pocket, but he denied using it to cheat, saying he only carried it as a humorous prop. And I'm like, nah, dude, press the button. Bam, bam, bam. That's sus. That's suspect. What do you mean? And apparently he's like, oh, it was just for fun. I would show it to the kids, and like, it's just all cool. And once again, got to talk about the landlord. Horton here's a fucking who over here. We are confident this was not used, but the inquiry is running. So essentially it's like, we're going to run an investigation, but surely this old man was just using it for fun, just to like explode some fucking nuts for the kids. Wait, pause. Wait, no. But no, dude, this seems suspect. And then I think that there's some, a little bit of tomfoolery with the thongs or the strings. That was potentially another thing. Here we go. Some wondered if Jenkins might have somehow marked the strings attached to the hardest conkers. Another allegation he denies. Now, I mean, hey, I haven't heard any tenuous threads there. They haven't caught him doing that, so I won't really put him to the fire on that one. But having a metal fucking, nut buster in your pocket, that seems a bit suspect. I don't know. I can't explain that one away. So, yeah, I don't know, man. If it was if I was running the tournament, I might have to send you to Tomato Town. You know what I mean? I might have to, put you there for a little bit until we figure this out, But all the same, once again, shout out to, I'm getting her name wrong, but Bachenspach. America. Okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. Actually, fuck America. Especially lately, bro. Especially lately. I can't even go on that one. But that's gonna be it. That's the episode. I told myself this is gonna be light, and I just couldn't stop yapping. That's just I'm guilty of that right now. That's for sure. Lock me up. Send me to yap jail. But yeah, once again, thanks so much to the newsie that hit me up with that one. Thank you so much. I loved talking about that, Conker's Bad Nut Day. Shit. Anyway, that's the episode. We're gonna call it there. If you'd like to help out, become a newsie today. Patreon.com/news. Let's see. Free ways to hit me up, isaiahnews1@gmail.com. Feel free to follow me or the podcast on any of the socials. Let's see here. Free ways to hit me up, Isaiah News, or any of the socials. No, I'm YouTube. Please subscribe. That helps out a lot too. It's a free way. Hit the like button, leave a comment. Sharing is caring. Also, if you got a Spotify account, do the same thing there. You can leave comments on Spotify. I always like to remind people of that. Amazon Music, whatever you're listening, really it helps out a lot. But regardless, you just tuning in is great. Hi, hello, and goodbye. But love you so much. But yes, thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for being a friend, and hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love ya. Bye-bye. Mwah.